All right, here we go again, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Drew coming back with another video. And today's video, I'm doing another collab with Double Edges. Last time, if y'all seen the season 6 top 5 guns, top 5 assault rifles, that is, you know that I had Double Edges on the channel back then. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself once again for the people who did not see that video. If you haven't seen that one, go see that one first and then come back to this one so you can see how the list changed from season to season. But I'm gonna let Double Edges go ahead and introduce himself.
How's it going, guys? This is Double Edges, your everyday two-thumb player. It's good to be back on another video with you. And yeah, last season we went over the 5 top assault rifles. We had some pretty major differences in our choices, and this season's no easier. Honestly, this season was pretty tough, so this will be interesting. I'm excited.
For sure. All right, let's just hop right on in then. Let's hop right on into the video. Top 5. I'm gonna go ahead and give my number 5. Now, this number 5, I really wanted to put it higher on the list, but I didn't play enough ranked matches with it to really put it higher yet. And test it out, but it is a whole lot better than it was last season. It got a small buff, but that is, and I think this might be my number 5 last season, but it is better than it was last season. That is the Man of War, number 5 on the list. I really wanted to put it higher. The recoil this season is a lot different. It doesn't have a random kick like it did in season 6, so hitting your shots, it's a lot easier to do. The recoil isn't as bad, and I feel like they really did a good job at improving the Man of War. And then they snuck a little challenge in for people who did not have the Man of War already in the I think called the seasonal event challenges. They snuck that in so people could get the Man of War. And if you don't have the Man of War and have not tried the Man of War, I'm telling you, it's a whole lot better than it was in season 6. So guys, check out the Man of War if you have not. That's my number 5.
That's pretty solid, I would say. My number 5 is the same as last season as well, and it is the ASM-10. The ASM-10. I cannot get this out of my loadouts or out of my options for the top 5. It's still a solid gun. I've been using it here and there in a few matches, and I honestly like it. It's really good at close range. You know, when you're compared to some other of the assault rifle, you know, it's just all around great. It's solid. I honestly can't go wrong with it. So, but it is going to stay at number 5. It made it in the list still.
Okay, for sure. All right. I like the ASM-10. The ASM-10 is one of my favorite guns. I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to it now. I just feel like once I put it on, it's just so good. All right. Number 4. Now this is the first new gun that I put in the list. So my number 4 weapon is the KN-44. I just really recently started using it. I wasn't using it a whole lot like last season. And a lot of people like, Drew, use the KN-44. I'm telling you, use the KN-44. The recoil isn't bad. It has a good fire rate. Use the KN-44. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to try the KN-44. And I actually am very surprised that I haven't been using the KN-44 a whole lot previously. And I hate that I didn't. And I like the iron sight on it. The iron sight looks pretty good as well, even with the different variations of the gun, even though the only one I have right now is the basic one, or the gray one, the normal KN-44. That's the only one I have. I don't have the colorful one that a lot of other people are rocking, but I do enjoy the KN-44, and that's the first, like, it on my list. If I had to make a top 10 list, last season it probably would have been number 6 or 7. But that's probably because I wasn't using it enough and actually giving it the time that it needed to master the KN-44. So number 4 is the KN-44.
Surprised that's not a little higher up on your list, but hey, that's okay. All right, so for my number 4, it is the AK-47. And last season I had this, I believe, at number 2. And the only reason it's dropped down to number 4 is not because I felt that the gun has gotten worse. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's even better than it was last season. But there's been improvements in other guns that I feel like it just surpassed. So the AK-47 is super fun to use right now. They changed the sound effect, in my opinion. It sounds better. It's smoother. The recoil is not as jumpy. It's better at long range. And honestly, this gun should be higher up on the list, but I just can't justify it. But the AK-47 is solid if you want to give it a try again.
AK-47. I remember when like in season 1, like when that AK-47 just had no love. I was rocking the AK-47, especially in season 2. I think it was season 2 when they had like the Glacier AK-47. I think that was season 2. It might have been season 3. But I was rocking that. Just even if nobody else had it on their class, I had it on my class. Like an AK-47 has been one of my favorite weapons in every Call of Duty, like going all the way back to Black Ops 1. I just love the AK-47. It didn't matter what Call of Duty it was. But okay, I like that pick. AK-47. That's solid. Alright, number 3. It's a gun missing from my list, and you can be like, what? Alright. the number 3 is probably my favorite gun to use in every situation, and that is the LK-24. The most underrated gun in the game. Until recently, everybody want to hop on the bandwagon. I've been trying to tell people. Call of Duty Mobile gives out a free version of the LK-24. Now everybody's saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm just saying, I've been trying to tell people that the LK-24 is legit. They didn't listen, but I'm trying to tell you. LK-24, low recoil. Now I will say this about the LK-24: it's not the best gun to try to rush with up close. I will say you probably gonna lose most matches if you're not headshotting people and things like that. But depending on your play style, this is probably, if you're running from mid to long range, this is probably the best gun in the game for that. Like, mid long range is amazing. Laser people, recoil is very, very low. Damage is decent. It's not the best in terms of damage. You gotta go to like the AK-47, AS-10s, Man of Wars in the game. But in terms of just being able to pick up a gun without much practice at all, if you just want a gun, you ain't gotta worry about trying to learn how it plays or anything like that, I think the LK-24 is probably your best bet. The AK-117 is on that level too, but I think the LK-24 beats that out in terms of simplicity. Don't have to worry about recoil control as much, and that's just one. It's the best gun in my opinion. Just pick up and run around with without actually having to practice at all. You can just put it on and boom, you're good to go. So LK-24, I want to say it was number 2 last season. So LK-24, it hasn't got worse. It hasn't really gotten better either. That's the only reason why I kind of dropped down number 3. But that's it, the LK-24.
I honestly, I started to agree with you at the end of last season. I started using this more, and I would only use it because I was like, okay, Drew says this is good, so I'm gonna try it again. And I mean, I liked it because of the new heat stroke skin, and yeah, it was pretty good. It got better, I would say. It, believe it or not, it did not make my list for top 5.
I don't know. That's all right.
Yeah, but yeah, all right. It's number 3 for me. After I just got done saying that you should have had the KN-44 higher, I only got it at number 3. And honestly, this is really tough. I'm having a complex here with these last 3 guns because I feel like the KN-44 should be higher than number 3, but I'm just gonna stick to it. KN-44, I did not have it until like a month ago, I would say. And I got the Ashen Viper. I completed the challenges to earn it, and I'm super glad that I did. This gun's a beast in my opinion. This is my go-to gun. If I'm having trouble in a match, this is the gun I pick up and just roll with. I can use it on any map. At range, at far range, it's not the greatest. You're gonna have to really tap fire with it. But you know, mid, close, holding points and things like that, this gun's pretty awesome. And so solid number 3. It could be a number 2, maybe a number 1, but it's 3 this season.
God, KN-44, maybe I just need to use it more. I gotta start using it more. Sometimes, you know, you just get your favorite guns and you just believe they the best and you just gonna roll with what you roll with. But I try to switch it up every now and then. Alright, All right, your number 5, my number 2. The ASM-10 is number 2. I'm telling you, just like I used to preach the AK-47, I'm preaching the ASM-10. You run up on somebody with an ASM-10, it's almost like getting hit with a shotgun. I'm telling you, the 3 shots, if you accurate with the 3 shots up close, is all over. And the damage from long range is good as well. If you learn how to manage that recoil. Now, it's not the only thing that kills the ASM-10. If you got high ping, it's not the fastest shooting gun out. So you might get punished there. It's not, the fire rate is not all there. Okay. And I understand that. That's why number 1 makes up for that. But if you're accurate with your shots, the ASM-10 with the high damage and being able to control that recoil, the recoil isn't too bad. I would say it's no different from, I would say probably like the Man of War. And I feel like I can long range people with the ASM-10. Put a grip on it, and I think you'll be just fine. ASM-10 is the number 2 gun, and it used to be the number 1. I want to say, not last season. It wasn't number 1 for most people. It was for me, but last 2 seasons ago, before they nerfed it a little bit, and the nerf wasn't huge. They just nerfed the recoil a little bit. The damage is still the same. All they did was change the recoil pattern. So you learn a new recoil pattern, and you back in the game with the ASM-10. I'm telling you, if you have not put the ASM-10 on one of your best loadouts, just try out the ASM-10. Just like people like the AK-47. The only reason the AK-47 isn't higher for me is because the ASM-10 feels like what I think the AK-47 should be. To me, at least it does for me. High damage, recoil's a little crazy, but you can, if you learn to control it, you're good. But I will say the AK-47 is the highest damage assault rifle in the game if you can laser headshots. I will give that to the AK-47 because I love the AK-47. But that's my number 2 without rambling on too much.
Well, honestly, now that I'm comparing it to my number 2, I can see where you're coming from on that gun, honestly. My number 2, I almost had it at number 1, but I just couldn't quite justify it. Number 2 for me is the Man of War.
Man of War, okay, I like that. I like that. Okay.
And honestly, like when I first unlocked this gun, I actually owned this gun for like a month without knowing I had it. And I finally like looked in my mail, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I got the Man of War." So I just received it. And then I started using it, and I used it for like probably 2 or 3 matches, and I'm like, "This is the worst gun in the game." I just like, forget this. And I think it was probably the last week or 2 of this last season before the update, I pulled it out and I started using it. I was like, man, this thing isn't too bad, honestly. You got to get used to it. It's like the ASM-10. It's got a unique recoil pattern, and you can't just sit and spray and pray. You got to actually use it strategically and stuff. But it got an update, and it got buffed, in my opinion. And the damage is 75. That's pretty high for this gun, and it's got like at close range. It reminds me of the ASM-10. How it's it's got that shotgun effect. You feel like you're nailing people down real quick. It does feel kind of like you feel kind of slow running with the gun, but it honestly it could have been number 1 for me. This gun has come a long way when I first started using it, and I'm seeing a lot more people rolling with it. But if you got the opportunity to get the Man of War and you don't have it, you need to get it. It just at least own the gun. For sure. It's doing well right now.
For sure. Gotta get that challenge done.
Right.
Man, look, I think the entire Call of Duty community knows where we going next. But first, we gotta throw out honorable mentions here. Gotta throw out honorable mentions. So I've been going first. I'm gonna let you go first with the honorable mention.
Okay. My honorable mention is the LK-24.
Oh, I like to hear that now.
Yeah. It made it on the list. Maybe not on the important list, but it's on there. I've tried some of these other guns, and honestly, I think the LK-24 could easily be a top 5 gun. but I just couldn't quite get it in there. So that's my honorable mention. It's almost identical to the KN-44, and you can use it in any map and in any mode and run with it. It's just a good all-around versatile gun. So yeah, that's my honorable mention. I don't have much to say because you always embellish it pretty well.
No, I love my LK. Oh man! All right. My honorable mention is the M16. No, I'm just playing.
Calm down.
if we would play like Black Ops 1, maybe. But my honorable mention is the BK57. Honorable mention. Now, I don't think the BK received the nerf. I don't know. It doesn't feel as good to me as it did last season. I don't know if it's documented that a nerf was on it or anything. I don't see a whole lot of people running it as much as they used to. I put it on every now and then. Sometimes I swap it out with my LK or swap it out with another class or something like that. But I think the BK is still a great option. It just feels weird to me when I'm running with it and stuff. I don't have the best aim with the BK, even though the recoil isn't horrible or anything. Maybe I don't use it enough, like I said about some other guns, but the BK57, which a lot of people considered the #1 gun of season 6, some people did, the #1 gun of season 6, but I don't know, it just feels weird to me now. I don't know if that's just because it's a new season and everybody's trying to find the next best thing or what, but I still say it's definitely better than some other options in the game. So if you're still a BK57 fan, all hope is not lost. It's just not in my top 5. Now it might be in some other people's top 5, but not in mine. So that is the BK57. Now, without further ado, we'll get to the winner of the Choice Awards. #1, which I don't think anybody is going to be surprised here. The #1 gun for me is the HBR. And I think this season that HBR has just came in and claimed the throne. Now, how long that will last, I don't know. Call of Duty Mobile likes to nerf guns. I mean, it might be nerfed tomorrow morning when we get up. I'm just saying, Call of Duty Mobile don't play with the nerf hammer. Now, they will put the nerf hammer on the HBR this season. I can about book that. Now, I have seen in some comment sections around that some people are saying, I don't know why people are enjoying the HBR that much. Now, I'm like, what? You're not getting this? You don't see this? I put the HBR on, and then within 3 games, I had a ranked nuke. I'm just saying, I see the hype. The hype is real. If you're not seeing the hype, maybe you just don't want to be a part of being like everybody else, and I kind of understand that. You want to be a little different. You don't want to use the cheese weapons. But especially if you're doing solo rank, hard times are upon you when you're doing solo rank. So desperate times, desperate measures. You just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do something drastic. You put the HBR on and just use it. Find a nice class setup that you like to use. I recommend the silencer, FMJ, and extended mag. If you're wondering, you don't need a grip on this at all. Recoil is very, very low. Fire rate is very, very high. It almost reminds me of kind of what the Type 25 was way back in the day. If anybody remembers what the Type 25 used to be. Now, it doesn't shoot as fast as that, but when the Type 25 was in the game, like season 1, season 2, the fire rate and the recoil was one of the best in the game. The AK-117 was kind of the same, but the damage wasn't on par. But I think the HBR is just lights above every other gun right now. It can go close range, it can go long range, recoil is low. It's almost where I don't really have to do a whole lot of explaining. It is what it is. The HBR is the best gun in the game right now.
I would agree with that. Yeah, for me, #1, HBR. And the only reason I think I was struggling between the Man of War and the HBR is I kind of wanted to be different, but you can't deny.
I told you.
You can't deny that the HBR is the best gun in the game right now. Best assault rifle. I like what you said about the Type 25. To me, it's like it's got, you know, that Type 25 fire rate with the recoil of the AK-117.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
great.
it's, you know, the mobility is the same. It's a hybrid of a gun right now, and like you say, they can nerf it tomorrow, but um, it's kind of what they did with the BK-57, in my opinion. Though they never talked about it.
It does feel like it though. It does.
Right. Because I mean, BK-57 was #1 on my list last season. It's not even in the top 5 or honorable mention. So I might have been riding the bandwagon with that one, but we're not gonna talk about that. But the HBR, I don't think it could be put any better. It's just, you know, I like to run with it in a silencer. I mean, S&D matches, you can use this in any mode to roll with it and shoot across the map. The recoil doesn't take effect till like 15 shots in, it feels like.
Right.
And the fire rate, you know, the fastest fire rate in the game, or for assault rifles, is 70. And that's the AK-117, the Type 25. So the HBR is only 3 off of that. Plus, you got, you know, everything else about the gun. So yeah, this is a beast of an assault rifle. It almost feels like an SMG. But yeah, this is definitely #1 for me too.
For sure. You can't deny greatness. That's one thing you can never deny. You cannot deny greatness.
That's right.
Man. Well, dang, I didn't even realize it's been 20 something minutes. It's been 21 minutes on here. That's what it says.
Holy cow.
Dang, it's gonna be long upload. Oh man, some people like long upload stuff, so it's okay. But
got to get a lot of gameplay.
oh, for sure, for sure. Gotta do plenty. I've been doing one of mine and one of yours probably. Dang, that's gonna take 2 days. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. But hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. If y'all have not heard of Double Legends and you do not know his channel, I will link it down in the description below. He is on the road, I believe, to 2K subs right now. He'll hit that easily. So y'all have not already, go and subscribe to Double Legends right now. Stop what you're doing, Thomas, and go subscribe to Double Legends. Go do that right now.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. It's good to do these videos with you. And if you're new to this channel and you're watching this, subscribe to ItzDru. If you're on my channel right now, leave the channel, like the video, and subscribe first to my channel. Then head over to ItzDru and subscribe to his channel. He's putting out, you know, great content every week. He's got a lot of informative videos and cool game. I mean, the dude got a ranked nuke a couple days ago, so yeah, you definitely want to check him out.
Sure, I appreciate it, man. Well, we're gonna hop up out of here. We almost at the 25-minute mark, so we got a movie. Y'all got to sit back with the popcorn on this one. But I mean, I appreciate it, man, as always, man. And we'll do it again next season.
Sounds good to me.
For sure. Well, I'll see you guys. You got anything else you want to say before we head out?
Oh, it's good, guys. Just, you know, keep grinding it out, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, man. Well, we'll see y'all guys in the next video. Y'all continue to grind and continue to shine, man. It's your boy Drew and Double Legends, and we'll see you guys in the next video.